What's up, guys? This is Tabletop Vibes, and today we're going to do a first impression on Tenpenny Parks by Thunderwork Games. Let's check it out. All right, guys, so this is Tabletop Vibes. I'm here with Jason, and we're going to talk about our first impressions on Tenpenny Parks. What did you think?
So at first, when I'm looking at the game, I'm thinking, oh man, this is an older game. Is this a family game? What's going on with this game?
Because the box art.
Because the box art, of course. So
you kind of have that the old circus feel to it.
And when we broke up the game, it was far from it. I mean, it's beautiful artwork. It does have that old-timey feel, but because it gets into the theme, it's an old park. Yeah. So that's going to fit right in. So when we actually started playing the game, I found that it combines puzzle spatial fitting with economics, and it was a really clever way to really fit a game in.
Yeah, I mean, I think the theme pushes through really hard,
Absolutely.
Which I really love about that, because sometimes games try to get the theme down and it just falls flat. Mm-hmm. This, you get the feeling like you're at an amusement park or a theme park. The circus, I don't know, it kind of plays through all those little things.
Absolutely. I mean, you're the owner.
Yeah, you're the owner. You're buying your rides and setting up your rides, and then you got to worry about these dang trees all the time. Yes. The components in this game, though, are like top notch. Yeah. I mean, the money is thick cardboard, makes you feel wealthy. The trees are really nice. Mm-hmm. You get a great satisfying feeling when you remove them off your little hexagon board, right. And it's a good mind boggle to build your theme park.
Yep. So. And even in the artwork, I mean, it really kind of intricately shows exactly what you're building, the things that would be bigger. There's bigger pieces to put down, smaller pieces. So they do a really good job.
And lots of different sizes too, because you got to try to puzzle it into your board without touching in other pieces. You have to do diagonals. Yeah. Or orthogonally, right? Is that the word?
Yeah. So what are the best things about the game?
The best things for me are it's actually a really quick game, mm-hmm. which is surprising because you would think that it's not. It's 5 rounds, and the rounds go by pretty quick. I mean, it's worker placement, so everybody has 3 workers. Mm-hmm. You have the ability to get a 4th if you're high enough on a certain track. I think it's Thrill, and it's good strategy and it's quick. Mm-hmm. So my wife will play it, which is a plus, and it's decently good for new gamers, mm-hmm. I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I think the mechanics of it give you enough choices to keep it interesting, but the choices are easy enough that it's not too complicated. One thing I do like is that there are multiple different paths to victory, and you can easily shift from one to another, especially if somebody picks the thing that you're going for.
That does happen.
It does happen, but you're not completely dead in the water.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I agree. Yeah, there's different colored rides with different icons on it and different goal cards and things, and you can totally hate draft people if you want to. Yeah. It's an option, but there is a lot of different options to take to achieve victory. So it's cool, like you were saying.
Absolutely.
I think for cons, I'll go into that, is I mean, the goal cards for me, I feel like they're kind of useless. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you feel.
Well, I think it's one of those things of, if you get what you have, then you fulfill your goal. Well, hey, great for you.
If it works, it works, and if it doesn't,
it's not cost efficient to go for it.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I had gold cards, and each gold card I think is 3 points, mm-hmm. and I had to you get the 3, and you get to choose 2. One of mine was crazy hard. I think I spent more money than what it was worth for victory points. Mm-hmm. I think it might just be easier to advertise. Because in this game, you can do advertising on your cards. You spend a bunch of money, and then you advertise those rides, gain you victory points. Mm-hmm. And so I think it might have been a better option to do advertisement. I lost, so I don't know. What do I know?
Some of the things I didn't like about the game.
Sure.
Actually, we played it, I think, 3 or 4 times.
3 or 4, yeah.
And every single time I forget the diagonal rule. I always go into the game with the initial, I can put this thing next to it, and then realize, I can't do that. So that is certainly a problem, and that leads into one of the big cons with the game.
Sure.
If you have a brand new player and they don't understand that early on, they can really mess up their long-term game plan by placing wrong initially.
I think we've had a couple times, I don't know if we played with my parents or new gamers, but I didn't monitor their board, and I'm pretty sure I said it at some point, maybe, mm-hmm. and all of a sudden I look through half the game, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And they're all just stacked up, and I'm like, no wonder why you
They're doing
buying
so well.
every single thing you see. Yeah. And so, yeah, it's definitely a rule reinforcement to make sure, because, you know.
And I would say one way to get around it is do a house rule that you can spend an action and you can relocate, you know, one of your pieces.
That'd be a fun thing.
I mean, the thing is actions are super precious. You only get 3 of them per turn.
Right.
And it is a big killer, but at least then you can make sure people are doing the rules, people can still have fun, and they're not killing their entire game because the first round they just place badly.
Which does happen. Because you can do concessions. They're like little tiny squares that make you money or thrill or enjoyment. And then you have your attractions that makes you more of those, but they're bigger pieces in different sizes. And so it's actually a pretty healthy balance, I would say.
It's very well balanced.
And trying to insert in. I think the whole fun of the game, though, is trying to figure out that puzzle. And then all of a sudden you realize that you have to buy a new land tile and you don't have any money and you don't have any space. And so you use an entire turn to buy concession that you still don't.
But again, the game's set up that you can never get stuck. You can keep
There's always an option to do something. Yeah, I definitely really enjoy it. It's really good replayability. I would like to see an expansion. Thunderwork games.
Okay.
It would be awesome to see an expansion. I don't really know what. Probably more. Definitely more ride cards and more tiles. I think that's a little bit of a con for me, is that once you play a couple times, you've kind of seen all there is to see in the game. It doesn't deter me from playing it and going to get it to the table, but like, after you get like the nuance of like, look at this ride and this is super cool, and it's kind of like, I got this one again.
I mean, it's a good filler game, and that's kind of my final conclusion is that you know, if it comes out and we need some time to kill, I definitely play it.
Right. Or if we have limited time to kill.
Oh, I leave it time to kill. Yeah. But so all in all,
definitely. Does it vibe? It vibes.
It absolutely vibes.
All right. Well, this has been our first impression of Tenpenny Parks by Thunderwork Games. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, and we'll check you guys next time. Thanks for watching.